Braggs, and welcome to this episode of Let's Talk, Let's Think. So today we're going to be discussing what does it mean to embrace diversity. Yeah, embrace diversity. So, embrace diversity. Now, I know there may be a lot of different scholars out there and everything, and they might be checking to see if everything is spelled right. But I'm writing quick and different things like that. So that's not the most important thing that I want you to gather out of this. So, what does it mean to embrace diversity? You hear this all the time nowadays, embrace diversity. And so I decided to put something together. I sat down and I just thought about it, and different things come to your mind, and then you need to sit there and you need to pray about it and hope that God gives you wisdom and understanding and guides you in the right direction. And so I feel that He's given me some of those things and that it was time to go forth. So when you look at embracing diversity, there are many pieces in place. And so my thing of it is to just kind of unravel it so you can see all the moving parts at work, and so you can understand what's truly being said. Now, a lot of times, many people do understand what's being said when you look at the bigger picture of things going on within the LBGT community, with the community of Islam, different religions. There are so many things going on, and you hear this all the time, embrace diversity. And so let me help you have an understanding of where the problem comes in within just this simple statement of embrace diversity. First, I want to start by saying this. If you are in the United States of America, you already embrace diversity. Meaning that when you go all the way back to Ellis Island, when foreigners were coming in from different countries and all these different things, we already had diversity within the United States. We've had it here for years, over 100 years or more, somewhere in there. I don't know when Ellis Island started, but I know it's at least 100 or more years that the United States has been embracing diversity. So then you ask yourself the question of, why is it being said now? Why do you hear it everywhere? Embrace diversity, when we've already been embracing diversity. When you hear it a lot of times, you hear people say we have a melting pot. And usually that's dealing with different nationalities, where we have all these different nationalities mixed in together, and they're a part of the recipe. And so when you look at that, as I said, we've been doing that in the United States of America for over 100 years. So why all of a sudden this term embrace diversity? What I'd like to point out to you is there is a thing going on where certain factions with certain agendas are putting forth things to undermine the public, meaning that embrace diversity does not mean what it used to mean. So something like, I'll use the term gay. Gay, back in the day, it meant what it meant, which was the definition of saying someone who is very happy. You're very high-spirited. You're just excited and happy. That's what gay meant years ago. But now, gay means that you are either labeling yourself as someone who is a part of the gay community, meaning you embrace homosexuality or lesbianism, which is of sexual nature. So that's changed. And so when you say gay now, it doesn't mean the same thing. And so that's the same thing with embrace diversity. So let me paint this picture a little clearer. I'm going to use something that most of us aren't familiar with. Neither am I. But it's something that I do understand when I listen to different financial shows, and they talk about having a diverse portfolio. So when you look at stocks, so I just use the word, so they talk about having a diverse portfolio. So a diverse portfolio. And what they talk about when they say have a diverse portfolio, then they're talking about having stocks in many different areas. So you may have stocks in metals, you may have stocks in meat, you may have stocks in tech companies, all these different things. So let's just lay this out here. So you have a diverse portfolio. So we're going to use all these different colors to show your diverse portfolio. So let's just go with tech. So you have tech, then something, let's say let's go with gold. So we go with gold. Then let's go with pork. You know, you hear pork bellies all the time. What else? So, car companies. Cars. So, I'm just using these as examples. I know some folks may be sitting there like, what is this? Tech and gold and pork and... Okay, just stick with me. Focus. Let's not get all off into the other stuff. So, we have a diverse portfolio, meaning we have our money spread out in different areas. We have different things going on, so it's a diverse portfolio. So that's what it means to be diverse. That means that you have a variety. So let's put variety up here. So you have a variety of different kind of stocks, meaning that you didn't just put all your eggs in tech companies. So if something happened with the tech market, then you have gold to fall back on, you have your investment in pork bellies to fall back on, and you have money that you've invested in different car companies to fall back on. So this is just saying that you have a variety and all your money isn't in one area. So when you look at diversity within the culture, let's put the diversity out there. Let's go with, we have race, we have religion, let's see, what else? Gender. And what else? Beliefs. So, now we have these four things here. So, we have a variety of things going on in the culture, right? We have things going on concerning race. We have things going on concerning religion. We have wars going on about gender. We have war going on about beliefs. So, now, here's how all of this ties together with embracing diversity. So, when you look at embrace diversity, embrace, what does that mean? When you embrace something, that means that you welcome it in, you love on it, that it's all good with you. You are okay with it. It's all fine. You embrace it. You make that a part of who you are and what you do, so to speak. So, when you look at a diverse portfolio, then they embrace the tech industry. They embrace the gold, they embrace the pork bellies, they embrace the car companies and everything. So they embrace these things, meaning they won't in on them because they feel that they make money. And diversity They want a variety. So, since they are having a diverse portfolio, it's very important that you have variety. So when you look at it, when you hear this out in the world where they say embrace diversity. So once again, you embrace, you welcome it in, you love it. 2 thumbs up, you're all good with it. Diversity, variety. So you welcome variety. There you go. So you welcome variety. So now let's look at this once again with a diverse portfolio. Now with this portfolio, you have a variety of different stocks that you have invested in. But you have not invested in all of the varieties out here, have you? I mean, it's your money, right? So you decide what you embrace. So once again, the meaning has been changed to embrace. You welcome them in, you love it, and it's all good with you, and you agree with it. Now, diversity, a variety. So you with me so far? This means that you are cool with all the variety that is out here. That's what it means to embrace diversity. And usually nowadays it's dealing with gender and religion. These are 2 of the big things that they are using to harp on embracing diversity, which is one of those things to where you don't have to embrace all diversity. And I know some of you are sitting there, once again, looking at, oh, that's racist and that's bigoted, and spell it or use the correct definition. So, anyhow, what I'm saying is, under this false definition of embracing or welcoming in all variety, you do not have to do that. What you do is, you actually, instead of embrace, meaning you have to welcome it in, no, you don't have to embrace all diversity, but you should respect. You should respect the different varieties that are out here. So meaning, you should respect all races. You know, if you don't respect a certain race, you are a racist by definition, not by opinion. So don't call somebody a racist unless it actually holds up to the actual definition. That's why I say these words are being redefined. So back to this. If you don't respect all races, you are a racist. If you don't respect everybody, I mean, if you sit up and say, hey, whether you white, Muslim, Irish, Puerto Rican, whatever, Hawaiian, Samoan, all of it, if you don't respect all races, then you are being a racist, because you're sitting up saying, hey, I'm okay with the Muslims and the Samoans, but I don't deal with those who are of Irish descent or Mexican descent. I don't deal with them. Now that is the definition of being racist. What about religion? There are so many different religions out here that, you know, how can I put it? They have different ways that they say you can get to God. They have different gods, all these different things. So there are so many different religions out here. Now, do you have to embrace all religions? No, you do not. You have to respect the variety of religions that are out here. So, I am a Christian. I'm a born-again Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I do not follow Islam. I do not follow Hinduism. I do not follow Mormonism. I do not follow Catholics, all these different religions. So these are different religions, meaning we have different religions. They all teach something different. Do I agree with them? No. Do they disagree? Do they agree with me? No. All of us are teaching different things, so it makes sense that we wouldn't agree with each other. I'm just throwing it out there for everybody who blindly just says, hey, we need to all get along. We are getting along. They're over there believing their religion and holding true to their religion, and so am I. But do I respect them and their right to follow whatever religion they want to follow? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We don't agree with each other, but I respect that. I can't sit up and say, hey, you can't follow Islam or you can't follow Hinduism. That's just not right. No, they believe what they believe, or they follow the religion they follow. I follow the religion I follow. And I respect them for that. I would never sit up and co-sign or say it's good if I saw somebody attack a mosque. I would never say it's okay if I see somebody attacking someone's temple and all these different things. When you see all of these different shootings and all these different things, I would never say that's okay. So, but do I respect their right to choose the religion they want to follow? Yes, I do. What about gender? We have so many things going on out here in the public with gender. Now, the reality is there are only two genders. Now, if someone, now people want to argue that, that's fine. You can argue that. But you don't have the right to tell me I'm wrong. So let me just throw that out there. You don't have the right to tell me I'm wrong. Now, you want to believe that there are more religion, so you tell me I can't tell you you're wrong. But we do have the right to agree to disagree. And we are supposed to respect each other. So, there are only male and female. But you have people who now they say they are asexual, transgender, homosexual, lesbian, all these different titles that they have going on out there. Now, do I agree with them? No. I believe that the reality is, not that I believe, but honestly, the reality is that there is only male and female. But if a person chooses to live that lifestyle, I have no problem with that. I respect them. I'm not going to sit up and call them names. I'm not going to sit up and disrespect them or anything. I respect the variety of things that are out here, but I don't have to embrace it. I respect it. And see, like I said, that's where the trickery comes in at. So they say if you don't embrace it, that you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're Islamophobe, you're a homophobe, and all these different things because you don't say it's all good and it's okay and welcome it with open arms. No, we don't have to embrace all variety, but we do need to respect all variety. So, what about beliefs? Once again, this goes back to everybody has their own set of rules for their household. I have a set of rules for my household, the person next door. So let's just say all these people in this neighborhood, we all have different sets of rules for our homes and for our lives. We have different things that we consider dear, that we hold on to, that we say, this is very important to me. Now the next person might say, that's not a big deal. I could care less. But they don't have to embrace my beliefs. They need to respect my beliefs. And there is a variety of beliefs. Diversity is just a fancy word for variety, saying there are a lot of different beliefs. There are a lot of different religions. There are a lot of different races. A lot of them. But when you hear embrace diversity, they are telling you, hey, you need to go along with this. You need to embrace it. You need to welcome it. You need to love it. You need to say it's all good. But I'm here to stand and tell you, no, you don't. You need to respect it. I don't have to agree with somebody in their religion. I don't have to agree with somebody with them and their gender and how they choose to live their lives. I don't have to deal with them on the beliefs that they have for their life. I do not have to embrace that. Nor do they have to embrace what I believe and what I do and all these other things. But we need to respect variety. So once again, you see in the stock market where it says diversify your portfolio, it's just saying that you need a lot of different variety in here to make sure that you are spread out and you have different things going on in different areas. But at no time did it say that you had to invest in everything. It's your money. You decide where you want your money to go. So that would be kind of crazy if somebody sat up and said, you have to embrace diversity in your portfolio. And they tell you that if you don't invest in certain things that, oh, you're Islamophobe, or you're homophobe, oh, you're racist, you're a bigot. I don't know how that floats. But I'm just here to tell you that when you hear that embrace diversity, pay attention to what's going on. When you hear embrace diversity, that's just a way of them telling you accept everybody's beliefs, accept everybody's whatever gender they say they are, accept everybody's religion, when that's not true. I don't have to embrace anyone's religion, gender, or beliefs. But I do have to respect their religions, whatever gender they say they are, and whatever beliefs they say they have in place. So when I hear embrace diversity, I'll say, nah, I don't embrace diversity. I respect diversity. And I suggest you do the same, because I know there are a lot of people out here who feel the way I feel and understand what's being said within this, but they don't know how to articulate it. So I hope this was helpful. So next time somebody say, hey man, you being a bigot, you being a racist because you're not embracing diversity, you can say, well, I'm glad you said that. It's not embracing diversity. It's about respecting variety. And here's why. And you can use all of the diverse portfolio that I used here. And you can use these in the real world to show how these things tie together. And it's simple and straight to the point. So I hope that was helpful. And I hope you learned to respect variety, and remember, you do not have to embrace diversity. So you have a good evening and you take care. I'm Cary Braggs, and that was Let's Talk, Let's Think.